So what is your job title?
I am an automotive technician.
What kind of company do you work for?
So I currently work for, they are I guess the right word would be they're a chain repair shop. They're pretty big here in the Northeast. And yeah, I've been working for them for the last 3 years.
So does your job require a minimum level of education?
So no, not really. This is definitely more an experience-based job. So a lot of times when we're looking for new mechanics and everything like that, we're looking more for experience, not so much education. Like, I mean, in my case, I did go to Institute and I got a certificate in automotive technology, and that might look good on my resume, but really the trade school that I went to was really just good for helping to pass the ASCs, which are a series of tests to be certified. If you've ever seen those ASC certified signs outside of your mechanic, that's just saying like, hey, our mechanics are certified. School definitely helped with that, but as far as most of my jobs, even when I went to the dealership, there were guys there that had never gone to trade school. They just started work somewhere and got experience and learned more as they went on. And so, yeah, I would say there's not really a minimal level of education or anything.
Does your job require a minimum level of experience?
So I would classify myself as like an A/B technician, and the A tech is like, very highly experienced, and then you have master tech who you'll typically have like 10 years of experience, you'll pass all your ASCs and all that good stuff. So there's different levels, but yeah, to get to the level that I'm at, you probably need a good 5-6 years of experience. If you're looking to get a job as like an oil change guy or a tire guy, typically you don't have to have experience, but obviously they would want somebody with some sort of mechanical background. So if you're looking to kind of just get your foot in the door, I would say do some oil changes, do some work on your own car, watch some YouTube videos, try and get some experience kind of in the backyard, I would say, like maybe on your stuff or your family's cars and stuff like that. And then, you can, for your first job, you can let them know like, hey, I have some mechanical background, some mechanical abilities to at least get that first job. Like I said, usually you're going to be either changing tires or changing oil, at least, for the first couple months. Or even better, if your high school has some sort of shop program or shop class or some sort of extracurricular, activity where you can get experience in the shop, that ideally would be the best if you're looking to start working right after high school.
What is your overall job description?
So I diagnose and repair the customer's cars based on what they told me. If they have a specific problem, I'll look into it and see what's causing the issue, and then I will let them know through the work order what is like the necessary to actually fix it, and then if they want to fix it, we'll go ahead and repair it.
What is your work environment like?
So, I mean, my main office is bay number 3. We have a 6-bay garage, and I'm the 3rd bay in. That's where my toolbox sits, and that's usually where I hang out if I don't have a job that I'm working on. And we do have an office for the customers to come in. Usually the managers will hang out in there, the sales guys will hang out in there, and then I'm typically back in the shop unless I need to directly talk with the customer about something. I'm typically back there in the shop just either working on something or hanging out by my toolbox.
So why did you go into automotive?
So I always really liked cars. I was big into Fast and the Furious. I think like every other teenage kid was at my age, and I just really liked cars. And when I was trying to decide what to do after high school, I was like, okay, I know I like cars, and it had come down to, I was starting to decide, I was wondering if I should go down like maybe the engineering route or go to the more technician side of things. And I felt that I was really looking for what would make me happy as far as like the daily, responsibilities and things I would get to be doing. So when I went on a tour of my tech school that I eventually went to, I saw all the engines and transmissions taken apart, and I was just like, oh wow, that is awesome. Unfortunately that's kind of not what it's like on a day-to-day basis, but that is what got me interested in the first place. It was just that kind of love for cars.
Did you enjoy trade school?
Yeah, I would say that I enjoyed it for sure. I really like the aspect of kind of half and half, where you would be half in the classroom learning about things, and then the other half of the time you would be out in the shop. You would either be out in the shop or in a special type of classroom where you took things apart and did tests and diagnosed things and looked at different parts and all this sort of stuff. More hands-on. That part I really enjoyed. That wasn't something that we didn't have a shop program in my high school or anything, so we didn't get to really do that a lot. But that was something that I actually did enjoy about trade school.
What made you choose the trade school that you went to?
So I think, like most people, it was definitely the location. It was the only automotive trade school that was within an hour's drive from my house. So, I didn't really want to relocate or go to another state and have to pay, room and board and all that sort of thing. So, this one was like a 45-minute commute for me. So it was pretty much the location was definitely the thing that determined my choice.
So did you ever think about doing another job within your field?
Yeah, going back to what I said earlier, I was debating between becoming a technician and becoming an engineer. And again, I felt I would enjoy the more hands-on stuff a little bit more.
So did you ever think about doing another job that wasn't in your field at all?
Oh, sure. I've had thoughts about doing all sorts of things, going into science, going into research, even writing at one point was kind of an interest for me. I'm not sure why. I don't think I'm a very good writer, but yeah, I've had many interests over the years, and I still kind of do, and it could be a little difficult at times to really kind of narrow down what it is that you want to do. I think the career assessments and stuff that I took kind of narrowed it down and said I would be a good fit for this type of work, or stuff in the STEM field like technology, engineering. Definitely had a lot of interest, but I feel like I was able to narrow it down to at least a certain few amount of occupations anyway.